I am here at the ruins of the sanctuary here at Inch Abbey. Again, it was a Cistercian um, a monastery that was very, very active for about almost 500 or a little over 500 years, I should say, until King Henry VIII took over all the monasteries and promptly destroyed them. And Inch Abbey was one of those abbeys that were left in ruins. But there is still something special about this place. To me, it is still sacred. You come here and to just quiet yourself, to reflect. And that's, again, something that was a part of my life when I lived here. Probably every other week, I would drive down here and just get away from all of the tension that was in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Here, the troubles seemed very, very far away. I was so, again, blessed to bring a number of young people here. I took two groups to Northern Ireland in the 1990s, and this was one of the places that they came and to experience not only the beauty of this countryside, but also the serenity of this site. I'm standing here at a sacred place. I'm standing here at the grave of St. Patrick. And St. Patrick, he was actually born in Britain. And at 16, he was captured and was taken to Ireland, here in Northern Ireland, where he was sold into slavery. And there he was a shepherd. He escaped eventually. He went down to Dublin and took a boat to France. But one night in a dream, he heard the voice of the people of Ireland calling, "Come back." And that's what St. Patrick did. In fact, he came back here to Northern Ireland in a place called Seoul. And there his ministry began. Now, according to tradition, the remains of St. Patrick, with those of St. Bridget and St. Columba, three important saints of Ireland, was to be interred on this site by John de Courcy in the 12th century, thus fulfilling the prophecy that the three saints would be buried in the same grave. So again, if you're ever visiting Ireland, Northern Ireland, please come to this sacred place. This is a place where it all began for the people of Ireland. This land where Patrick began his ministry and transformed not only Ireland, but the world too. And I'm not just talking about St. Patrick's Day. So again, anytime you can have an opportunity to visit a sacred place, come and quiet yourself and take everything in. I've been talking about sacred sites. Now, for us Methodists, this is one of the places that John Wesley preached while he was in Ireland. He preached a very powerful message of inclusion. And stories go, and there are many stories of John Wesley in Ireland, but he was actually thrown out of many churches because of what he had to say and what he had to preach. Now, John Wesley was an Anglican priest, and I'm on the grounds of an Anglican church, Down Cathedral. But what John Wesley did preach about was that everybody was welcome to God's table, that God's grace was freely given, and that grace was also freely given to Catholics. There was a story that John Wesley was even stoned and was forced out of some cities. But this is one of the sites here, I'll turn the camera around, that John preached. In fact, what John Wesley would do, he would stand on a hill, like this one, and there he would preach to the people gathered below. It was his way of sharing the gospel. Not a new gospel, but an old one. An old one that would transform and change people's lives. So, again, I'm actually just down a little from St. Patrick's gravesite, and John Wesley did visit that area, and he came down from the cemetery to preach a message of grace that resonates today. I'm standing at where John Wesley preached to the people of Ireland, and especially here in Downpatrick. The words that's inscribed here on the site in which he preached: "We come to Downpatrick, where the preaching house being too small, we repaired it as usual to the grove, a most lovely place very near the venerable ruins of the cathedral." Because John Wesley's preaching house was too small, he preached to the people here. This is actually on top of a hill, and I wonder if this very tree here actually heard John Wesley's words.